Just a minute. So that's good. So it is available. So let's start the class. So this class is meant for how to create a project, how to create a project related example for today. So let's go with our notes, examples, Angular, 45th batch, and as well as the notes. So observe Angular project files also we discussed. So let us start our first example. Angular example. Rishabh, I'm seeing your two links. So I'm removing one. I guess it is fine for only with one. Yes, Angular example. So very simple processor. I am telling the first step. All your application code should be in your app folder. All your application code should be there in your app folder. Should be in app folder. That is a first principle, sir. Second one, every project should have one module file, one module, one component, one view or one template. So these are the basic things every project should have. In a project, there are so many modules there, but as a rule, we should have one module. So we cannot have component and template without a module. That is another principle. So as we discussed earlier, every module is a container. In this container, we will have a template, component, service, pipe, directive, God, and all these things associated with the module. So this is a standard. So right now, a module is acts as a container. So if you want to define only the definition of component is not sufficient, sir, or only the definition of service is not sufficient. It should registered. It should registered with whom, sir? Module. Then only you will have the configuration is completed. So today I'm going to explain the first example. In this first example, I'm not writing anything complex code, sir. I am writing one module file, one component file, one template file. So I will tell you each and every process step by step. Simple one. First one, template file. So template file related one. So the template file, first we need to create a HTML file. Create a HTML file and write some HTML logic. So this is what you need to do. Every template should be what file, sir? HTML file only. We cannot use any other, sir. So right now it contains what logic, sir? HTML or UI logic. Only HTML is allowed to write here. So what is the template file I'm taking? app.component.html. Why this naming convention? I will come to this part within a minute. But understand what is the file I am creating? HTML file. So let us go to our application and let us do our activity. First one, I generated this project by using ng-new example one src app. There will be so many files, sir. By default it is available. I am removing all these things. That is the first step you need to do. So in the app folder we should not have any other generated files. In the app folder, we should not have any generated files. So this is what the clean one we are having. So right now in this app folder, I need to write my own content. What are the files related ones, sir? The first one, app.component.html. So what is the first one, sir? HTML logic. What is the HTML logic I am writing? Hello world. So my UI is completed. My UI is completed, and next step, write a template. Sorry, write a component. So a component contains what, sir? Some management logic, some configuration logic. So for this one, observe first one, create a TypeScript file. Next one, create component related configuration. Third one, register the component in a module. So these are the three steps. These are the three steps. So first one, what is the first one, sir? Create a TypeScript file. Now observe, I am creating what is the file, sir? app.ts. For today, just to follow the conventions so that it is easy to write the code. What is the file I am creating? app.ts. Now tell me, by seeing this file, can you tell why this file is created or for what purpose? No, sir. It is not a self-described. It is not providing anything. So right now, that is why Angular people suggested one simple thing. When you create a file, sir, you need to provide the feature name also. So right now, observe, that is why, observe, I am renaming this one. Rename. What is the file name I am taking? app.component.ts. What is the file name I am taking, sir? app.component.ts. So by seeing this file name or by seeing this file, automatically I can tell this contains what logic, sir? Component logic. And what is the component, sir? App component. And in the same way, right now I'm creating a new module. What is the file name, sir? app.module.ts. Sir, if I want to create a pipe, what is the pipe name, sir? Some reverse.pipe.ts. Sir, I am creating a service, user service. What is the code, sir? User.service.ts. Likewise, we are going to create the file naming conventions. File naming conventions. So right now, everything is ready. Now I am asking the question. Observe. Very simple. Next steps. I want to give you one explanation here. I owe you. So right now, observe a component, service, module, directive, private, means God. All these things are related to the, means what are the files I'm going to create, sir? TypeScript files only. And what is the logic I'm going to write, sir? Classes. What is the logic I'm going to write? Class. Now, sir, if I am writing the class, how TypeScript identify this class is a component. That is why we will provide extra marker or decorator, we call it as, or annotation in the other world we call it as what? Right now, what is a decorator we are going to configure? This decorator. If I am writing a pipe cell, what is the decorator I'm going to write? Class, observe, plus, at the rate, what is the one I'm going to write? At the rate pipe. Now I am asking, how I am writing a directive, sir? Class plus at the rate directive God. Sir, how to write a God? I will come to this one. Class plus at the rate injectable. So technically we are writing a class, sir, for a module, for a pipe, for a component, but we need to provide extra marker or extra configuration with the specific things. ng module. So this is the way I'm going to write the one. The same one is applicable for the service also. So this is what as a programmer we need to know. Now these decorators are provided by the Angular itself. These decorators are provided by the Angular framework itself. That is why I'm writing this one. So observe how to write a class, sir. You already know what is the one class. What is the class name I'm taking? App component. So I created the class, but right now it is a component. That is why what is the one, sir? @component. Now I am asking, this component is provided by the Angular. That is why we need to import the definition @Angular slash core. What is the one, sir? Component. So we need to provide some definition for this one. What is the first one? Selector. The name for the component app-root. This is my main component. And in the same way, template. What is the template file name for this component? What is the template file name, sir? app.component.html. That's it. So what is the first thing, sir? Create a class and provide the decorator and import the decorator definition and provide the component configuration. Provide the component configuration. So right now, observe, I will tell you this one in the steps, sir. First one. What is the first thing, sir? Create a class. Create a class. Second one, provide @component decorator. All decorators are available in the Angular core. All decorators are available in the Angular core. Next one, provide component specific configuration. First one, what is the first one, sir? Selector means tag name or usage name for the component to be used in the HTML. Next one, template URL. Template URL, file name of the template. File name of the template. So these are the things I need to provide. So this one will complete our component definition. So again, I will write, sir, observe, and I need to provide one simple definition, export here, so that it will be used outside. So tell me, sir, what is the first definition? Import. Tell me the first definition. What is the definition? Import. Yes, buddy. Actually, I will come to this one within a minute. Please wait. Angular slash core. Angular slash core. So now tell me what I need to import, sir. Component. What I need to import? Component. Sir, okay. Import is completed. What is the next one? Create a class. Export class. What is the class name, sir? App component. What is the class name we have? App component. Now observe, this one should provide with what decorator, sir? Component decorator, so that Angular recognizes this one is a component and created for the UI purpose. Created for the UI purpose. Now tell me, selector, what is the tag name I am giving? App-root. Sir, why I need to provide the app-root? Can I provide others, sir? Let me tell you that. Template URL, and what is the template URL, sir? app.component.html. I hope all of you understand this processor. So this is the way we are going to write. So right now, some of you are thinking that, sir, is there any shortcut to generate this one? Yes, it is there. So let me show you. See, sir, which one is easy? Writing is easy or generating is easy? Guys, Which one is easy? Writing is easy or generating is easy? Generating is easy, but tomorrow I will explain this one how to generate. But for today, let us write. Now, now I am asking this question, or some of you are thinking that, sir, why app hyphen root? Can I take other? No, you should not take any other. Why? Because Angular fixes this one. So observe here, sir. In the index.html, what is the tag name we are having, sir? App hyphen root. What is the tag name I am having? App hyphen root. So this one should matches with our component structure. Sir, if I have 100 components, all the 100 components should have app hyphen root? No, sir. I will explain that part in the coming classes. I will explain that part coming classes. So this is a main component for our application. For any application, only one main component or root component should have. That is why this tag name, what, sir? App hyphen root. For your main component, again, I am reiterating, for your only main component, we should name the selector as a what, sir? App hyphen root. For the remaining things, we need to configure differently, and how to configure that I will explain in the coming classes, because we are going to write multiple components in the coming classes. Akshit, I guess you understand, right? What is app hyphen root? So can I make ABC, sir? Can I make ABC? No. Why? Because it is not matching with the index.html. It is not matching with the index.html. So that is why at the time Angular unable to link your component with the UI, and it unable to display. That is why we cannot do. Next one, module file. So how to write a module file, sir? Very simple. First step, import the definition. What is the one, sir? Import from @angular/angular/ observe core. Now, what is the definition, sir? What is the one I need to download? ng module. ng module. So this is the way, sir. Next step, write a class. What is the class, sir? Export class. What is the module name, sir? App module. So again, I am telling, please follow as it is what I'm writing right now. A should be capital, M should be small. And what is the file name, sir? app.module.ts and app.component.ts and A capital, C small. If you don't follow this one, it won't work. And you think what? It is not working for me, and how sir can execute? That's what I'm telling. If you don't follow any of this naming convention, it never works, sir. Why? Because there is a predefined configuration. Suppose if you modify your file name, sir, Angular will get confused. Okay, I'm looking for certain file, but it is not there. What I need to do? That is the problem. So I will explain those parts, linking parts, not today, but tomorrow. But right now, I am writing this one. Observe ng module. So this is the way I'm writing. So right now, I am telling this class will act as a what's a module to the Angular framework, because framework need to know or need to have the idea about all the classes you are writing, so that it can work accordingly. But right now, if you don't provide this information, your class is a orphan, sir. Your class is a orphan. Why? Because we don't provide any information. We lost the class. We don't know how to reach that. Our Angular don't know how to reach that. So how you are going to provide this marker, sir? By using @ng module decorator. By using what is the decorator, sir? ng module. So in this one, we need to provide a lot of information. Let us first write, then we can write the code. The first step, observe, create a class. How to work with a module. to create a module, create a class and provide @ ng module decorator. Provide @ ng module decorator. Sir, I am able to provide the decorator. What is the next step? Provide module information. So in the module, what are the details I need to provide? Let me show you. As I told earlier, every module contains what, sir? So many components, services, pipes, directives, and gods. So we need to provide all these information, sir. First one, imports. What is the first one, sir? Imports. Dependent module information. Dependent module information. Second one, declarations. So these are the different categories we have. Declarations. Information about components, comma, pipes, comma, directives. Information about components, pipes, comma, directives. And what is the next one? Providers. Providers. This one provides information about services and gods. Last one, bootstrap. Information about the welcome page or welcome component. So any application we have welcome component or landing page. Suppose for the Google, sir, what is the welcome page? Search component or search page is the welcome page. For the Facebook, what is the welcome page, sir? Login page. For the Facebook, what is the welcome page, sir? Login page. So likewise, when the user accesses the application first, what is the UI I need to display? That one we are going to provide the information in your what area? Bootstrap area. So this is the information. And in the same way, do I need to use any of this one outside? Export information about components to be export. So these are the things. So right now, every module we are going to provide. If for every module, what are the basic configuration we have, sir? Imports, dependent module information. What is the next one, sir? Declaration, information about. Why? Because module act as a container, sir. Even if you create a component, but forgot to register here in the declaration area, it will not available for the Angular framework. If you create a service, if you don't register, it will be not available to the Angular framework. If you register a component, if you create a component and if you don't register in the welcomes in the bootstrap as a welcome component, it never be displayed on the first glance and export. It will not be available to other areas. So these are the information. So let us write one by one, sir. First step. What is the one, sir? Imports, comma. What is the next one? Declarations. We have one, sir. What is the one? App component. That is why first we need to import that. Guys, writing this code a little bit tricky. So what is the file name, sir? App.component. No need to provide the TypeScript file name. And what is the class name, sir? App component. So first import and register in what area? Declarations area. Right now, observe providers. Tell me, sir. Do we have any services in the project? No, sir. No need to provide this part. And finally, what is the one? Bootstrap. And observe, right now, I want to display what components are app component to the user. That is my app component. And in the same way, right now, we are expecting to display the data on the browser. That is why what's it? We need to import Angular slash browser module. So because we need to add some browser related dependencies, that is why we need to add what module? Browser module. So Everything is ready. Anyway, I'm going to write it out within a minute again, sir. But right now, let us test our program is working or not. So learn from examples, sir, not learn from the theory. Learn from by executing the code. So that is my motto, or always I will suggest you to learn in this way. CMD. Now let's start the execution. What is the command, sir? ngserve is the command I'm using, ngserve. So let's wait for this one. Yeah. So everything is created successfully. Now let us access the localhost colon 4200. See, sir, how the output is coming? Because let me show you. See, sir, understand this part. Your app hyphen root is replaced with your component template or not? Your app component, if your app hyphen root is replaced with what template, sir? App hyphen component. Why? Because what is the tag name I am giving? App hyphen root. Suppose observe, sir, I am giving ABC. What will happen? You are confusing the angular, sir. You are confusing the angular. You are telling this is your welcome page, but this welcome page selector is not matching with the UI. That is why. Are you seeing any output, sir? No. Now let us go to the console. What is the problem? The selector. What exactly it is telling? The selector did not match, sir. Right now, what is the problem? The selector did not match with any component, any UI. So now tell me, you are giving the confusion to the one. So that is why, what is the one, sir? App hyphen root is the standard. Sir, if I want to modify to ABC, of course you can do. Yes, sir, you can do. But you need to modify in ABC also. So you need to modify this part in the index.html. Also make it as a what, sir? ABC. Now observe, when you do the mistakes, sir, do it properly. So these are the things. Now you can see the output. Why? Because again the match font. I guess everyone understands the importance of the selector. That is not a big deal. But most of the time we use what's the app hyphen root only. So this is what you need to understand. And in the same way, observe, sir, can I take A? No, sir. You need to strictly follow the standards. See, your code will not compile. So it will clearly tells in the file we should have is declared. But actually we need to have what's a app module. That is what the declaration. So this is what I'm having. So welcome to the Angular world. I'm stopping here. Now what I do, I will repeat the process for you. Very simple. Go to the app and remove everything what we have. Now I will follow our notes, sir. What is the first one? Create a template file. What is the template file, sir? app.component.html. What is the template file, sir? app.component.html. Sir, can I create abc.html? Of course you can, but I don't suggest and I don't recommend also. This is the one. Sir, I created the HTML file. Now let us write the some content. You should not write HTML tag and head tags and body tags in this one. Only you need to provide the display content. Why? Because all your remaining tags will come from what HTML? Index.html. So your code, your template code will be replaced at what line, sir? 11th line. Will be replaced at what line? 11th line. So this will happen, sir. That is why we should not write any HTML tag. And what is the next one? This is my first example. Sir, I am able to create the first HTML file. What is the next step, sir? Create the component. Observe app.component.ht. Sorry, what is the file name, sir? TypeScript file. What is the next step, sir? Write the component. Export class. What is the class name, sir? App component. Sir, I understand. I am able to create the component. But tell me how Angular recognizes this is a component. There is no extra intelligence, sir. We need to provide that information also to the Angular. Okay, this class is a component. How you are going to recognize, or how you are going to tell this Angular framework as a component? By using the decorator. By using the decorator. So this decorator is available in the Angular framework in separate project or separate module. What is a package, sir? Core. Now you have the component. Sir, only this configuration is sufficient? No, sir. We need to provide. Okay, what is the template for this component? Every component should have one template, exactly one template. Without template, there is no project. There is no component. So selector. What is the selector name, sir? What is the default selector? App-root. If you modify this one, you should modify. Remember, you should modify in your index.html also. Template URL. What is the template URL, sir? app.component.html. So my component is ready. What is the next one, sir? Module. What is the module file name, sir? app.module.ts. app.module.ts. Now I'm asking how to generate this one. Very simple. Export class app module. Sir, I created the class. But what is the extra thing I need to provide? The decorator. What is the decorator I should use for my module? Tell me, everyone. What is the decorator I should use for my module? Guys, what is the decorator I should use for my module? What is the decorator I should use for my module? For my module, for the component components, sir, I agree. What is the decorator I should use for the components, sir? Ng module. For the God, sir, injectable. Anyway, throughout the course, we are going to deal with this one, sir, because we need to write the code. And going forward, anyway, we are going to use all these one by one. So don't bother about that. The first one is what, sir? Module. Okay, let us go with this one. Import. First one, we need to import the definition, sir. Angular core. Some of you are asking, sir, why I need to import? Or in your mind, why I need to import this one? Right now, this one, I will ask you one important question. This one provided by Angular, or it is available in the TypeScript framework? Ng module specific to the Angular are provided by the TypeScript language. It is provided by the Angular framework. Very good. It is provided by the Angular framework. So right now, observe what is the next step, sir? @ng module. Now observe what is the next one, sir? Imports, comma. Next one, declarations. comma, next one is the next one, sir, bootstrap. So for my application, in this application, we have a component. So we need to register that. Dot means current folder, and what is the file name, sir? App.component. And class name is what, sir? App component. So this is the what we are having, and we need to register also. What is the next one, sir? Imports. Why? Because right now I want to display on the browser. That is why we need to add the browser related one at the rate Angular slash platform hyphen browser. And what is the module, sir? Browser module. So this is the way I am having everything. Now observe, your template is ready. This template is registered with the component. So my view is ready. Combination of UI and its logic. My view is ready. This view or component is registered in the declarations, and also use it as a welcome component or landing page. Welcome component or landing page. So welcome component or landing page. So this is what it is happening. This is what it is happening. So guys, let us test this project once again. So now tell me how to execute your project, sir. What is the command? ng-serve. What is the command I'm executing? ng-serve. Automatically all your app code, all your app folder logic, all your files which is available in the app folder automatically compile, and it will be placed in your live development server, in your server, and it is available for the execution. It is available for the execution. So let us access by typing the URL. What is the URL I am typing, sir? Observe, localhost colon 4200. Let us refresh. You can see the output. You can see the output. So this is what our first example. So right now, sir, what I learned in this example, writing Angular logic, writing Angular logic. So guys, sir, how to generate this one? So let observe a hyphen module. Tell me, what is the component name, sir? App component. Now you can see this one, app, and observe browser module, bootstrap, app component. See, sir, you can also write like this also. But right now we need to learn. This is our first example. That is why we need to learn step by step. So that is why we need to learn our step by step. So this is what I'm having. Okay, let me write whole things once again. Angular slash core. What is the module, sir? Ng module. And in the same way, let us download the platform hyphen browser Angular slash platform hyphen browser, and we need to import because I am working with the browser, because the end user expecting the output in your browser. That is why we need to add the browser related dependencies also, browser related logic also. And in the same way, we need to import our component file also, dot slash app component. And what is the component, sir? App component. Sir, I provided everything. Now let us write the class export class. What is the class, sir? App module. So everything is ready. Now at the rate, sorry, we no need to import this. What is the one, sir? At the rate, what is the one, sir? Ng module. Provide the configuration. So observe, this is your one, and this is the configuration details in the JSON format. So observe, what is the first one, sir? Imports, comma, next one, declarations, comma, bootstrap, imports. What is the one, sir? browser module, declarations. That is the one say app component, and use this one as a main component. So everything is ready. So in the same way, create the component and create the template. So guys, it is already available in the YouTube. So your job is just work on that. So everything is ready, I guess. Really, module, I guess it is there. Yeah, and it automatically lives. Observe. This is my basic example. Let me save this one and as a window, will show you how automatically live it happens. So see here, sir, I'm saving this one. See this area compiled successfully, and you are getting the live thing or not. That is also happening in your angle. So your changes will automatically converted and it will be deployed into the server. See, sir, that is the beauty. You can play this one with your in your system. So practice and understand. So all this example code I will export into our Google Drive folder so you can access it out. New folder, upload. Examples. Let me organize this one. Notes. Yeah, file is updated. Angular. So guys, we can meet tomorrow and we can discuss about the data binding tomorrow. The same time, again I'm telling the class timings are from tomorrow onwards 7:05. The class timings are tomorrow onwards 7:05. Don't be late.